Alright, so since I've decided that I'm not going to have to go back to the forge to take anything out, I've got a not quite new but very close to new 36 grit on here, and I'm going to move on to actually finish grinding everything. First thing I'm going to do is get the flats of my ricasso established, all of that geometry in place, and then I'm going to start defining the geometry of the blade based on that. So we'll get started with that. What I was doing just there was using the calipers to make sure that my ricasso is nice and flat and parallel. You see there, we're pretty darn close. That's about as close as I'm going to get it on a 36 grit. We'll have to do more later with the 80 and then 120. Okay, so I did a couple of passes long ways like that, which will show me where my high points and low points are. See how I'm taking metal off here, but not so much back here? So I've got some extra thickness here that needs to come out. Alright, so that's got our first chunk of bevel pretty good. We're going to switch to my left hand now and do the other side. And I'm trying to get the center line pretty close to even, but I'm not worried about getting it dead on just yet. We'll do that a little bit later. And you see we got both bevels pretty well established. You see the weird wobble right here. Little stuff to clean up, but we'll get that with the 80 grit and a little more gentle here in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and flip over to the other side and do the same thing. Alright, so there you see, rough ground, you know, with a little bit extra hammer work. Rough grinding goes really fast. This side actually turned out almost dead on. See how I'm a little off on center, but I've got a nice clean ridge. And this side here, except for that wobble, I'm pretty good. So next thing I'm going to do is clamp my filing vise right here, and we're going to file in those ricasso plunge lines, and that will start establishing our geometry down, and then we'll refine everything down to it.